This is bad. This is bad. There's no other way to spin it. So I wake up this morning, check my phone like all of us do, unfortunately, and comes up Draymond Poole footage. Honestly, the first couple seconds, I'm like, oh, this is a meme, right? This is a gag. It's going to cut to some Rocky scene or something and just be a joke. And as I watch the video and realize, no, this is the footage, it couldn't have been any worse, right? It couldn't have been any worse. And I think what ran through probably most of your minds initially was like, yo, who leaked this? Why is this out right now? Now, TMZ, you got to give them credit. They're super resourceful. TMZ, shout out Chewy Gomez, showing my age. TMZ continues to get footage of stuff where you're like, dude, how in the world did they get this? I didn't even know this footage would have existed. And so I think that's the first question. I'll give you two options here. One is the one I think we're all hoping for as Warrior fans, where you're like, all right, the security camera guy, some employee TMZ got a hold of and was like, hey, man, 2 years salary, come up with the footage. Dude's like, bet. Okay, fine. Like, it's understandable. I think we could all understand why someone would do that. But the second option that I think a lot of people are taking it there already is a deeper, darker criminal link, as they would say, right? And it'd be like, well, who would want this footage out? Why would this? You saw Trae Young. Some of the NBA players are chiming in already. Trae Young on Twitter said, damn, Draymond is really trying to get his way to LA, make his way to LA. Maybe. I don't know about that. Like, I'm trying to figure out, and maybe someone in the comments can give me a scenario where this benefits Draymond with this footage coming out, because I don't think there's any way that this benefits Draymond, whether he wants to be on the Warriors or not. He's due for a contract, and to have this footage out of him snuffing a teammate like that is just, it's not a good look for his brand, no matter how you spin it. So I don't know why Draymond's side of this would want it out, right? But now, when you look at the Warriors front office and the Warriors as an organization, that's a little bit of a different story, because all summer we've heard about these three contract situations: Poole, Draymond, and Wiggins, right? And all the capologists and salary guys will tell you, well, one of them's got to go. Someone's going to be an odd man out, right? And we've all kind of assumed that that was the underlining issue with this conflict. But how would this benefit the Warriors front office if they were to have put this out? Well, Draymond Green, beloved member of this dynasty, part of the big three, OG, right? How would they be able to trade Draymond or not pay him and let him walk without any backlash or pushback from this fan base? There you have it. There you have it, right? So I don't even want to be saying this stuff, man, but I mean, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. So you would hate for it to be that scenario, right? But the Warriors could trade Draymond this week with very little pushback at this point, right? I mean, that's the reality of it. But hopefully, again, this was just someone being greedy, and it had to do with money and TMZ and their resources just getting a hold of this, and there was no agenda. Because, and I lean towards that, honestly, just because I don't, that second scenario I played out for you, I think if you look at how the Warriors have moved in Lacob and how they've wanted to have their cake and eat it too, essentially, Draymond's too important to the team. You want to win right now. Never mind, like, why would you do this now? Maybe in the summer, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was leaked by the team. It just seems like it'd be too detrimental to this season, right? So now let's talk about the physical altercation and what actually happened. Context is so important in life and in everything, right? But when you're talking about a physical altercation, the context is everything, right? Because you heard some people trying to downplay this, and the words they initially used were very lawyer-like, aggressively struck and this and that. Like, this wasn't a tussle. This wasn't a back and forth, right? It'd be one thing if they tangled up, there was some shoving, and someone exited with a punch, a grazing missed punch. No, that ain't what happened, right? He gets up in Poole's chest, pushes him off, bink, sneaks him right on the jaw. So it was just worst case scenario in what it actually was. And it looked almost I don't want to say premeditated, right? But he escalated it so quickly because that shoving that Poole did, that happens like all the time. You pick up ball hoopers, high school kid, you play, right? Like someone gets like, they're talking trash or whatever, or trying to get chest to chest with you. Like that's just like a universal, nah, man, like you're not going to stay in my face type of thing. And for him to react like that, again, I'll give you two scenarios here. There's one of two scenarios in my eyes why you would punch somebody like that. One, look, and this could be a teammate, a brother, a close friend. They've done something completely out of pocket and out of line, where it's like, no, I got to punch you, right? Like you've crossed the line. And then two, you just don't fuck with them. Like you really don't like them, and you've been waiting to lay them out or try to, right? I'm going to go ahead and assume Poole hasn't done something so out of line that it warranted that reaction. Like what could have he said? What could have he done? Right? And so now we fall to that second scenario where it looks like Draymond really doesn't like Jordan Poole. You don't like that like that's the only conclusion you can take from punching somebody that quickly like that. And so you ask, like, is this repairable? Again, it could have been such a different thing where they shove once, he shoves, they come back chest to chest, they're talking shit, and they grab each other, and then someone swing. Like, that's a whole different thing. That's like a fight amongst brothers or teammates. This was like, nah, I'm about to knock you out, bro. Like, fuck you. That was a fuck you punch. And so I don't know if their relationship is mendable. That was bad. And now it's like the context has been delivered, and now you can see why Bob, Steve, and Steph were so stern yesterday in their press conference. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how how do you trust Draymond as a teammate? How do you trust Draymond as a teammate? They were all there. This is bad. And again, could the Warriors really get pushback from us, the fan base, if Draymond was out of here before the season started? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I just don't know how he makes amends for this. It's just an ugly situation. And then the fact that it got out, and I don't know how. This is bad, man. It's bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say to y'all. I know you wanted the take of what I think, but this, I don't know how you recover from this. I'm looking at the comments here from yesterday's video on this. And you know what I realized is most of you aren't even subbed to the channel. Now, I'm making a push for 100K. I know I've been slacking on my YouTube videos, but I'm going to be much more consistent this year. So do your boy a favor and hit the subscription notification bell and rock with me, because I'm going to continue to provide the content. Yeah, what's next? I don't know. Season hasn't even started, but I don't know how he recovers from this. And I don't know if, I guess my question is, now that this is out, do they alter the punishment for Draymond? Now that we've seen what it actually was, does he get suspended? I think the max fine is 50 G's if it's behind closed doors. But this is just a bad look that I'm not sure how their relationship can recover from this. And again, now it's really opened up the door for the organization to trade Draymond freely and kind of have an excuse. Like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do with this guy? I know a lot of you, Draymond's not my favorite guy. And so you accuse me, like someone who's like, hey, you're happy. You're happy. Why would I be happy? This, I guess my last conspiracy theory scenario for this situation is this somehow the league someone in the rest of the league trying to sabotage this dynasty run of going back to back? I don't know how they could. It doesn't even make sense. How could they have leaked the footage? It had to come internally. It doesn't make sense for the Warriors to have done it. The Draymond, it doesn't. I don't know. It's a bad look. but we'll continue to monitor it. And I think all eyes will be, do we play the Lakers Sunday? I'll have a breakdown of that Monday morning on my Patreon, and we'll talk about it. And it's just going to be a situation now that the whole league is going to be watching everything that Draymond does. And it's put an unnecessary microscope on trying to defend this title in this roster. Is what it is, though. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.